In today's thrilling episode of True 911 Calls, an eerily calm call, a Calgary man stabs his girlfriend to death, a pet snake strangles its owner, and a panicked mom calls for help as her son experiences a seizure. Ready to dive in? In November 2021, deputies responded to an eerily calm call from Garrett Robert Eley from Hendersonville, North Carolina.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
I'm sorry, what was the address again, Toddy? Okay, the address is... and there's been, 2 shootings.
Okay, like, you just heard somebody discharge a weapon, or has somebody been shot?
No, there are 2 people dead in the house. Would you like me to,
Hold on. Okay, hold on. So there's 2 people deceased in this house?
Yes.
Okay, and do you live there?
Yes.
Okay, who are these people?
One of them was my father, and the other one was my, uncle.
Okay, and does it look like they have been shot, or?
They were shot.
Both have been shot? Okay, what's your name?
My name... Yes.
Okay, what's a phone number that you're calling from?
I'm a little bit unfamiliar with that. You know, I haven't really memorized it yet.
Okay, are you inside the house with them?
Yes.
Okay, so
and my grandparents as well.
So did you just come home and find them deceased in the house?
I would rather... I'm not sure... I'm very new to this. I'm not really sure how this, process works, but I would rather, I'm not sure if this is a matter of, you know, a Fifth Amendment kind of thing, but I'd rather do that.
I need this information, okay?
Okay.
Did you just come home and find them deceased?
No.
Okay, were you there when this happened?
Yes.
Okay, who shot who?
I shot them both.
Okay, so you're the one that you shot both of them. Where is the gun?
The gun is on the bed beside me, but I could leave it there.
No, just leave the gun on the bed, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And what kind of gun is it?
It is a 7.62 a 308 Galil.
Okay, so it's a 308?
Yes, 308 semi-automatic Galil, and also a 10 millimeter, but that's on the counter.
Where's your grandparents at?
I kept them in the bathroom, or I escorted them into the bathroom. I used a chair and tape to keep them there while I got my head sorted out.
Okay, so you have put your grandparents in the bathroom?
Yes. I had no intention of hurting either of them. I never did.
What, I'm sorry?
I had no intention of hurting either of them. I never did. This was between me and my dad and his brother.
Okay, and why did y'all get in an argument, or?
This has been a long back and forth. It's been a long back and forth since I got here. It's kind of a long story. I would rather kind of turn myself in and explain it down to the station if that's possible.
Okay, and where are you at in the house?
I'm in my father's room.
Okay, is that where your father and uncle are at?
No. I panicked. I got nervous, so I tried to clean up as best as I could. So, there's a post-mortem cut on his neck to make sure he's dead, because he's a large man. It made me nervous.
Okay, how long ago did you shoot him?
Probably close to maybe a couple hours, maybe, if I had to guess.
But you said, and where is it? You said that there was a 308, and you said there was a pistol also?
Yes.
Okay, where's the pistol at?
On the counter.
In the living room or in the kitchen?
No, it's in the same room as the rifle.
Okay, but right now you're in. Is there any way you can go to the kitchen?
I'm sorry, what?
Where you said you're in the back bedroom?
Yes, I'm in my father's room right now.
Okay, where is the bedroom in relation to where your father and them are at?
He's in the garage with a sheet over him. His brother is in his room.
Okay, so your father, what's your father's name? Okay, and he is in the garage?
Yes.
And you put a sheet over him?
Yes.
And your uncle is where?
He's in his room.
Okay, and what's your uncle's name? And he's in the bedroom?
Yes.
And are your grandparents okay?
Yeah, they're fine. I didn't hurt them at all.
Have you checked on them lately?
Yeah, I saw him a short time ago.
Okay, and did y'all get into an argument or something?
No, it's like I said, this is some better to be explained. It's a very long feud between me and him. There's a lot of death threats back and forth between each other over the years, frankly, and, it's kind of blew up tonight.
Is there any way that you can go outside the house?
Yes. Would you like me to wear something brightly lit or something to...
No, what do you... Okay, do not have anything in your hands. I want you to stay on the phone with me. Do not have anything in your hands. And when you go out the front door.
I understand. Would you like me to wait in the driveway then?
Well, I need you to make sure, though, your hands are up. If you can put the phone, like, on your shoulder, but make sure the officer can see your hands, please.
I understand.
Okay, are you going that way now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, you told me you'd like me to stay on the phone with you. All right, Patty, I'm gonna go wait for the police to show up and come.
Do you see the officer?
You kind of scared me a little bit. I'm talking to my grandparents. You kind of scared me a little bit when you said you wanted to shoot me, though. That makes me kind of nervous, Patty. Okay, I'm leaving the gun here.
Turn the porch light on. Can you turn the porch light on?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Can you turn the porch light on?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm trying to let my grandparents out of the bathroom. I had the door.
Just leave your grandparents in there right now. I need you to go and turn on the front porch light and walk out the door, but nothing in your hands. Okay. Are you outside yet?
Yes, I'm going outside right now.
Okay, you're walking out the door. Is the light on?
When the sheriff's deputies responded to the 911 call, they approached the neighborhood without any sirens, parked nearby, and proceeded on foot to the home. Once surrounded, the 27-year-old did not resist arrest. He complied with the officer's instructions and was arrested without incident. The victims were identified as Stephen Robert Eley and Brian Eugene Eley, Garrett's uncle. Garrett made the 911 call from his father's bedroom and told the dispatcher his father was in the garage and that he had covered his body with a sheet. His uncle, also deceased, was in his bedroom. He estimated the shootings happened a couple of hours before making the 911 call. There were no specific details for his motive or the events that led up to the shooting. He told the dispatcher it was a very long story, with lots of death threats back and forth between each other throughout the years, adding that it all kind of blew up tonight. Deputies also found Garrett's grandparents forced and locked in the bathroom, Patricia Ann Barker and Robert Irving Barker, listed in tax records as the homeowners. The Barkers were reportedly transported to the Party Hospital for evaluation. No injuries were reported. In a press conference, Sheriff Griffin said that authorities believed Garrett used a high-powered rifle and that there were several firearms in the home. He also spoke on the latest motive.
This investigation is ongoing. We still have some interviews to conduct, so I'm not going to issue any speculation as to what the motive may have been. Right now, we're really unclear on all of the whys to this. Nothing that I'm familiar of, or nothing that I'm familiar with. But that's not to say that he doesn't. The investigators haven't provided me with that information.
Garrett was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder in the killings. The accused was also charged with 2 counts of kidnapping his grandparents. The victims are survived by multiple family members, including their mother, none of whom have spoken to the media since the incident. Griffin said the tragedy would ripple through the family for years to come and urged others to call authorities if situations were too difficult for them to navigate instead of resorting to violence. There have been no further updates on the case, but be sure to like this video so that you don't miss any future developments. Just 2 weeks before he was supposed to move out, Scott Ferguson made a call to 911. On the morning of September 14, 2014, police were called to Susan Elko's residential building, where they found her stabbed to death. According to investigators, a domestic dispute ensued between the pair, which led to the attack.
Calgary Police, what's the address of the emergency?
Well, actually, she's at... No, I need to be picked up by the police. I'm at...
Okay, yeah.
Southwest and Street, Southwest at 7-Eleven. I'll wait here.
Calgary Police? Yes. He initially indicated to me that he stabbed his girlfriend to death.
No, I stabbed my girlfriend to death. I killed her. And I want to be picked up by the police.
Okay, sir, what is your name?
My name's Scott Ferguson.
Scott Ferguson?
Yeah. At 7-Eleven, I'll wait. Okay?
Okay, Scott, now you stay on the phone with me.
I'm not staying on the phone. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to wait for them to come pick me up.
Yeah, no, I need you to stay on the phone.
Okay,
The pair began arguing as they fished along the Elbow River near Elko's Holy Cross Lane home. When they returned to her apartment, the fight turned physical, ending when Fergus stabbed Elko 10 times in the neck with a knife she'd given him as a birthday gift. He alleged that the woman grabbed the weapon, and he tried to defend himself by saying, "We just kind of rolled in a ball and I'm on top of her and she was bleeding underneath me." The couple had a history of a volatile and sometimes violent relationship. They began dating in 2013, about a year before Elko's death. At the time of her death, the 39-year-old victim worked as a part-time server downtown, and the 24-year-old attacker worked as a roofer. After the stabbing, firefighters searched the Elbow River to help Calgary police look for evidence. Ferguson was initially charged with second-degree murder for killing Elko. Crown prosecutor Jonathan Hack described their relationship as tumultuous, saying the couple argued often and broke up multiple times. According to Hack, one of the contentious points was how much money Ferguson spent on his cocaine habit, which left Elko to pay their living expenses. The Crown prosecutor also said the victim had planned to break up with her attacker for good and had told friends she was excited to be done with him. The jury was shown CCTV footage of Elko and Ferguson in the parkade of the Southwest condo on the day of the murder. Just a few hours later, the couple is seen leaving the building carrying fishing rods, and the video also captured them when they returned home just after 11 a.m. After the incident, the man left the apartment, threw the knife in the river, and drove to his boss's house where he dropped off his work truck before walking over to a nearby 7-Eleven to call the police from a payphone. He allegedly told his boss that he had just killed his girlfriend, that he was sorry, and he would turn himself in. In his interrogation video, detectives questioned whether Ferguson acted in self-defense.
She was going to stab me.
She was yelling she was going to stab you?
No, she was going to.
She was going to. So she was running towards you with the knife?
It's never gotten this bad before, though. It's just progressively getting worse over the last couple months. We've just been fighting. And to the point she was yelling at me in front of my friends.
Okay.
After wresting a knife from his girlfriend and stabbing her in the neck, the accused said there was blood everywhere and Susan Elko died in his hands. After a 6-day trial in March, jurors returned with a manslaughter verdict. The killer was handed an 8-year sentence but was given credit for time served and will spend about 4 years behind bars. Right before his sentencing, Ferguson apologized to his former girlfriend's family. He said, "I'm sorry from the depths of my heart for the intense heartache I caused the Elko family. I don't expect forgiveness because I'll never forgive myself. I hope and pray one day the people affected by this can find some degree of peace." Susan Elko is remembered as a kind sister and daughter who still called her mother Mommy and sent care packages to sick family members. While the family did not attend the court proceedings, 5 victim impact statements were read in court, including one written by her mother, Della Elko. It read as follows: "Susie so loved the family as we so loved her. I have never been the same person I was before." An Ohio woman made a frantic call to 911 after her pet boa constrictor wrapped itself around her neck and refused to release itself from biting her nose.
911, what is the location of
my face.
Ma'am, you have a what?
Boa constrictor.
You have a boa constrictor stuck to
East Lake Road.
And how old are you,
East
ma'am?
Lake.
Ma'am, is that an apartment or a house?
It's a house. I'm outside with it.
You're outside with a boa constrictor stuck to your face?
Yes.
Okay.
I just rescued it yesterday, please.
You arrested the boa constrictor yesterday?
I rescued it.
You rescued it. Okay. Okay, ma'am. How old are you?
I'm 45.
All right. Stay on the line, please. I've never heard of this before. Sheffield Lake Fire for EMS. Ma'am, I've notified the ambulance. Is the
Please hurry. It's on my nose.
Ma'am, I've notified the ambulance and the fire and the police department. So the boa constrictor has a hold of your nose?
Yes.
Can you pry its jaw open if you pinch its
I'm
jaw?
trying. There's blood everywhere.
Okay, and its jaw won't open?
No.
Okay, how big of a snake are we talking, ma'am?
She's like 5.5 feet.
5.5 feet? And you said you rescued it yesterday?
Yes, I rescued 2.
You rescued 2. Is the other one put away?
Yes.
Okay.
All of my snakes are put away.
How many snakes do you have, ma'am?
I have 11.
You have 11 snakes?
They're all ball pythons except for these 2 I rescued.
Okay.
Please.
Ma'am, I have an ambulance. Ma'am, the ambulance and the police are coming. Are you having any difficulty breathing or swallowing?
I can't hear you.
Are you having any difficulty breathing or
yes,
swallowing?
I'm on the ground.
Okay, are you
having
Okay, are you having difficulty breathing, ma'am?
No, I'm just scared.
Okay, and do you know if the snake is poisonous?
No, it's not poisonous.
It's not poisonous? Okay, and are you outside or out front?
Oh, God, hurry, please.
Ma'am, the ambulance and the police are coming. Are you outside or out front?
Oh, outside, up front.
You're out in the front? Okay,
yes.
I don't want you to move, ma'am, okay?
I can't.
Okay.
Oh.
Is the snake wrapped around you, or does it just have a hold of your
He's
nose?
around my leg and my foot. He's got my nose.
He's around your waist and he has your nose?
Oh.
The ambulance and the fire department are coming, okay? Just try and stay calm. It still won't let go. It still won't release. Are they there with you, ma'am? Ma'am, are they there? Ma'am, I'm going to hang up now since they're there.
Oh,
they're there. Okay, bye-bye.
When firefighters arrived at the pet owner's home, they found the 5-foot boa constrictor wrapped around her neck and biting her face. In order to rescue her, the firefighters chopped off the snake's head using a pocket knife. On the 911 call, the frantic woman said she was unable to pry open the snake's jaw after it had attached itself to her nose. The woman possessed 10 other snakes, presumably also rescues, but they weren't loose and weren't attacking people at that moment. According to Sheffield Lake Fire Lieutenant Wes Marinay, the woman suffered injuries, but they were not life-threatening to her luck. It's unclear what became of her snakes and of her. Police said no report had been taken. It's unknown whether the woman faced charges or had her 10 remaining snakes removed. Experts said she should not have let the snake out for at least a week. They also advised you should use rubbing alcohol in the snake's mouth to release the hold, but not handling the snake would be the best step. Right before Vanessa and her husband went out to run some errands, their 13-year-old son, Josh, started having an intense seizure. Josh's father went back inside their Australian house to use the bathroom. At that very moment, he overheard noise coming from Josh's room. The worried father went on to check on his son and found him having a seizure. Vanessa quickly dialed 000 for emergency assistance.
Ambulance emergency? My son's having a seizure, so I need lights and sirens. How old is he? 13. Is he awake? He's not awake, he's unconscious. He's had a brain injury a year ago, but he's never had a seizure. So he's sorry. Okay, we have a few more questions first. Have you had more than one fit in a row? Never. He's never had a seizure before. Today, has he had more than one fit in a row? No. Okay, we're organising help for him now. Now, Vanessa mentioned that he'd had a brain injury. What happened? He fell from 15 feet head first onto concrete. He had a helmet on, but he has von Willebrand's disease, which is a bleeding disorder. So he might be a bit confused, a bit combative, but just try and reassure him that help's on its way, okay? He just doesn't know what day it is. That's really normal after a seizure, so yeah, he'll be quite confused. God. I understand it's really scary, so you did a really good job. This is such a change of life now. This changes everything. It's alright. They'll come, they'll check him out, and I'll be able to help him. My husband and I were about to walk out and go and do the grocery shopping. Like, we were literally walking out the door when I heard something funny. Could have left. Oh, God. Wow. Thank you, God. Someone's looking out for you, hey? They said he's a Caesar risk for the rest of his life, but the fact that he hadn't had one in the first year was a good sign. Can't believe it. When you guys thought it was over, we celebrated in January, but it was a year. It was a year in January, and we just really thought it was over. There are so many people who live excellent lives, even though they're Caesar risks. So hopefully it works out for him. And if he's really lucky, hopefully it's just a one-off. Hey? Yeah, I'll go find the right medication quickly. I couldn't watch. I ran. Yeah, it's really confronting. Yes, I'm so grateful for my husband. Like, I never would have got it out of my head. He had a shower for school, and then we said he could have the day off, and he asked if he could go back to bed, which isn't particularly unusual. He's got the teenage boy. He started thrashing around in bed. Lucky you heard him. Oh, I'm so lucky we were here. Thank you. You guys are great. No, it's all right. They're not far from you now. All right, thanks. You're welcome.
According to Vanessa, the teenage boy suffered a traumatic brain injury back in 2019, and they were told Josh would be at lifelong risk of having a seizure. Up until this point, he'd never had one. This was his first seizure. The mother recalled the seizure lasting for about 2 minutes. Her son slipped in and out of consciousness with labored breathing for about 10 minutes. The dispatcher, Claudia, managed to remain on the call with Vanessa until the ambulance arrived. Josh was unconscious when the ambulance got to his house. Vanessa expressed her gratitude with the 000 dispatcher who kept the situation calm and essentially saved her son's life. She also said she was glad that she had learned that holding down the tongue of someone having a seizure is a myth, as this would have wasted valuable time. For more True 911, watch this episode next. You can also let me know which call was your favorite in the comments below.